Today, we're gonna talk about camera gear. I'm just kidding. So I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier about ASMR. Isn't that crazy? Like there's people out there that literally do this for a living. They take like objects and stuff. I don't understand. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I should do ASMR for video. I don't know, but anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. Today, what I want to talk about is camera gear accessories under $100. And this is a little different because I almost feel like these are essential pieces. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that I have here at the studio, but also all of these things you can actually take with you on the go. So again, the thing is trying to keep it very budget friendly, under $100. So I thought it would be fun to make a video like this. And I like watching these type of videos because a lot of times I find little trinkets and little knickknacks that always help me in my production. So I want to talk about each individual item. So that way I'm going to go ahead and clear this table. And while I clear this table, let's go ahead and hear about today's video sponsor, which is Volution. So let me tell you guys about Volution. They are an all-in-one e-commerce solution and they make selling online easy for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're an expert in e-commerce or if you're just getting started. They make it so simple to sell any type of products online because they have built-in tools. You're able to manage and maximize your website for online sales. Their platform also allows you to optimize things like SEO. You can get advanced reporting via Google Analytics, and they're the only e-commerce partner with a 24/7 US-based customer service center, and they're dedicated to keeping small to medium-sized businesses running smoothly every second of the day. They also have one of the most intuitive storefront solutions with beautiful design templates and themes for every type of e-commerce business or personal brand, which are highly customizable to fit your needs. Listen guys, if you sign up today and you use my special promo code, you will get 80% off any business level plan. So stop procrastinating, check out the link down below in the description, get your 80% off any business plan today. The very first product that I want to talk about is this little guy. It's like a little mini shoe mount for your monitor or a light or anything that you want to attach to it. It does have a little 1/4-20 mount on top and it works really well. So a lot of times when people mount, for example, monitors or even lights, they use a ball head and it's very clunky, very big. This thing is so small, very portable. You can literally put this in your pocket, throw it in a bag and it works really well. So the way it works is you mount this on the shoe mount on the camera or if you have a cage, and you'll notice that it's very easy to mount, for example, a light or even a monitor. Just place it on top and it has a little screw that you can just rotate. So you don't even need to turn the monitor around. You can just twist this down below until it locks into place and then you're ready to go. It can actually hold a lot of weight, so you can have like a really heavy monitor with batteries because you can adjust the little tension right below here. It has a little Allen key. And it works really well because you can rotate the base 360 degrees. You can also get like low angle shots. You can get top angle shots. You can rotate it literally anywhere and it stays there. That's one thing I really like about it. It's very sturdy. Like I said, you can adjust the tension right here. And I like this because it has a very low profile, so it feels like it was meant to be part of the camera. It's actually very inexpensive too. It comes in at about $36, so it's not too crazy expensive. They're very handy, and like I said, I love the fact that you can just quickly remove it. You don't have to twist it out, and it works really great. So these are really handy. Again, you can mount lights, you can mount monitors, or anything because it does have a 1/4-20, but this thing is nice, and this is from a company called Andy Cine. All of the stuff I talk about will be linked down below in the description. So I know I've talked about the Aputure M9 light, and I'll give you guys a little quick overview for those of you who are not familiar with this light. It's a very small portable LED light that has a built-in internal battery that you can recharge via USB, and it works really great. It's pretty powerful. This little light is very useful because you can even add little gels to it. It has this little magnetic plate where you can just attach it, so now I can add a little warm color to it. Very nice to have, again, very small and portable. I believe it's like $50, but if you can step it up, or $60, but if you can step it up and spend a little bit more money, this is the one I really recommend. This one's about $150. Yes, there's a big price difference compared to this one, but this one is also way better. This is from P1, or it's P1 Bowling. It's got a really funky name. It's the Cine EDC gear. This thing is really high quality, very, very bright. In fact, let me go ahead and turn that on. That is only at 25%. I like this because it also has a built-in battery, just like this one, but it uses USB Type-C. Sorry, I'm blinding you guys, right? Uses USB Type-C, which I love because literally everything I have now is Type-C. This is micro USB, so that means I have to carry an additional cable, something I don't want to do. But the main difference between this guy and the Aputure M9 Lite is that this is also bicolor. So I can change it. Let me go ahead and show you guys. I can change the different hue, saturation, and it has this little cool little meter back here. So it goes from 0 to 360, basically showing you the color spectrum. So one of my favorite colors is about bluish 180. So if I just rotate this here to 180, you'll notice that it's a nice little blue color, which I like. So it's really awesome. Let me go ahead and turn the brightness up. That's blue. In any case, it also has other effects that you can do. For example, let me go ahead and show you. So it rotates through different colors. So this is really a great way for me to demonstrate all the different colors that it does. You can do lightning effects, cops. There's about, I think, like 9 different effects that you can do. There's a lightning right there. So right now it's actually kind of a rainy, foggy day. So let's actually, hold on. Okay, but in any case, so yeah, this thing is very useful. Again, it does cost a little bit more money. It's bicolor RGB. It does go down to, or it does go up to 8,500 Kelvin, so it gets really cool. And then you can bring this down all the way down to 2,500 Kelvin. Something else that I really like too is that you can dim it down to 1%. You might not be able to see anything. Can you see that? No, it's so small. I mean, this light is overpowering, but you can dim it down to 1%. It gets very soft, and it also has this really cool bracket. In fact, give me 1 second, let me show you. So it has this really cool bracket that I haven't seen anywhere. So basically what you can do is, I'll show you, you can move it around this way. It also has a little 1/4 mount up above. So if I wanted to mount a monitor or even a microphone, I still have the ability to have a light and a microphone. So I don't really lose my shoe mount capabilities. And what I like about it too is you can do it this way. You can actually rotate it this way. You can move it around, and hey, I'm using the little Andy Cine thing. So I can move it around any which direction I want. So it comes in very handy. And also it does come with this little carrying bag, which I really like. And this little thing right here, if you open it up, it also comes with a little Allen wrench, kind of little secret hidden compartment. So really nice. And the Aputure M9 Lite also comes with a carrying case. And this is what I talk about, is where you literally just can throw it in your bag and it's useful. But this light is awesome. Again, if you can afford, or if you can spend the extra money of $150, I believe that's what it costs, this is the way to go. RGB, bicolor, and you can also do different effects. Really awesome. And this little articulating thing I really like. So in any case, definitely dope lighting that I think is essential when you're on the go. So next thing we're gonna talk about is Cinefoil, or also known as aluminum wrap. Now, obviously you're not gonna take this whole thing on the go with you. This is obviously more for when you're at the studio, but you can take little small strips like this that you can cut out. So it comes in a pretty big roll. And what you do is you can use this to shape your light. So a lot of times I've been on set where, for example, there's a light that we're not allowed to touch. We can't turn it off or remove the bulb for whatever reason, but we can use this to block it. So I'm gonna use this as an example. So let's say I don't want any light spilling on this side. So what I can do is, with this black wrap, I can create like a little barn door from right here. And of course, if I have gaffer tape, that's like the ideal. You should have gaffer tape. You can just kind of shape this. I'm doing this really quickly here, but even like that, without any gaffer tape, it still holds into place. I typically use these a lot on quasar lights. So quasar lights are a little bit more finicky because they literally spread out light everywhere. So a lot of times what I do is I'll take some of this black wrap and then I'll grab the quasar tube and kind of shape it the way I want. So also, like, there's light bulbs in like hotel rooms and stuff like that where they're just not the right color. So you can literally grab the bulb and cover this and it'll be black and it'll be okay. This is not gonna catch fire or anything like that. One thing to note is when you do use these, even if you're on set, don't throw them away. You can actually reuse them. I mean, these literally, like, you can do something like this and they take a beating. You can literally just open this up. So don't be wasteful because you can reuse this. There we go. It's very pliable, but again, I can still reuse this if I wanted to. So see, even though I kind of scrunched it all up, but it's very reusable. So now I've kind of created like these little barn doors and my light's not gonna spill to the side. So I recommend if you take some on the go, I mean, don't do that, but just kind of get a couple of sheets, stick them in your bag, and they can come in useful and very handy whenever you need to block light or completely eliminate light for that matter. So this next one is actually one of my favorites because once you use this, you will never go back. So what this is a small little receiver with a little baby base plate that allows you to literally mount anything onto a cage very quickly and efficiently. This one here is by 16 by 9 and it is very expensive. You're looking at about $150, so that's kind of like a big no-no. This one here is just literally like a couple bucks. I think it's like 15 bucks. And it's literally the same thing. This one is by Condor Blue. So again, this has a little receiver and a little base plate. And then what it does is you connect things together. I guess the best way for me to demonstrate this is to actually show you. So give me 1 second while I mount this because it does take, a couple seconds and then I'll show you guys. So I went ahead and mounted the receiver in front of the handle. And the idea is that you can mount these receivers anywhere you want all over your cage. In fact, you can have multiple of them. And most cages have 1/4-20 mounts. So this mounts through 1/4-20. So what you do is you take the actual base plate and you mount something that you want to mount here. So for example, I'll show you. Obviously this is empty, there's nothing there. But let's say for example, if I want to mount this light, I can quickly just slide this in, lock it into place, and there we go. Now I can go and film. Oops, I don't need this light anymore, so I can move this around. We talked about this light, how awesome it is, but I don't need this anymore. I need a monitor. So boom, take this out, and then put this monitor here. Boom, ready to go. How long did that take me? Seconds as opposed to me screwing it on. Another thing I like to talk about, let me just move this aside, is actually this little monitor arm over here, or this magic arm. It has this little ratchet style. It's a very heavy duty magic arm, and most magic arms, like the really good ones, cost about 200. Look at this, thing is hard. And you can mount pretty much any type of monitor that's really heavy duty, and it's gonna hold it into place. So this one is actually also from Condor Blue, and then let's say for example, I want it like this. I know this is kind of weird, but just for the demo purposes. So it has, again, this little ratchet style, and you put it on there and it's not going anywhere. Look at this. I mean, this thing is on there really good. I like it because, again, it's very flexible, it's very heavy duty, and then you can pretty much use this anywhere. But the most important thing is this little guy right here. I can just take this out, boom, mount these. Once you start using these little quick release base plates, you can never go back, because I can leave this on my cage and I can just take this off, ready to go, I'm done with my shoot, and I can have them mounted throughout, and they come in very useful. So the other ones that I was showing you, the ones by 16 by 9, those are very expensive. They're about 150 bucks. These here are more inexpensive. I believe they're about 20 bucks, which is way cheaper and definitely must have. And you can mount these to any cage. It doesn't really matter as long as it has a 1/4-20 mount. So the next thing I want to talk about is something that I often feel that gets overlooked, and that's having a good set of rechargeable batteries. So the ones that I'm currently using right now are from Panasonic. These are called the Eneloop. These have worked out great. I've used these for about 2 years. In fact, I just recently bought some more, and I kind of wanted to keep them in the package so that you guys can see what they look like. So typically when I'm on the road, I like to have rechargeable batteries, especially if we use like a MixPre 6. So I'm using a USB powered right now for my MixPre 6, but you can see it takes AA batteries, and this works out great because they last a long time. They're really great for the environment because we're not just throwing batteries away. And I use this charger here. Now there are like 2 or 3 different chargers. This one's a little bit slower. It takes about, I want to say like 6 hours to fully charge. Sometimes I think it feels like it takes a little less. But the reason I like this one as opposed to like their quick charge one that usually takes about 2 or 3 hours is because this has a USB port. It's a 5 volt 1 amp, so it's not super fast. But the reason I like this is because it does come in handy if you ever lose your charger. Oftentimes, and it's happened to me, I actually forget my charger for my phone. So knowing that I have, even if it's a slower rate of charge, but I know I have a USB port that I don't need an additional cable, I can just plug this directly to the wall, does come in clutch. So I do like that. So again, this one is a little bit slower charging, but I do like this. And these batteries do work out really great. They last a long time. And this charger does support AA and also AAA batteries. So if you do get the AAA batteries from Eneloop, that it will charge it. So it does support AA and AAA. But if you want the quick charge, it does charge a little bit quicker, but I prefer the peace of mind. But yeah, these are great, and I always recommend to have a good set of rechargeable batteries whenever you're traveling or you're on the go. So you've heard me talk about the Red Toolkit in the past. I'm not really gonna talk about it today, but this thing is like an essential piece that even if you don't own a Red camera, like it's a must have. Another thing that I often see that gets overlooked is having like a really good screwdriver. Something like this, something really mini that literally fits in the palm of my hand and I can literally throw in my bag. This is an 8-in-1, so it has like little Phillips, it has a flathead, and all of the little pieces are right here on top of this little dome. So you kind of unscrew it, and then you can see it reveals it, and you kind of take what you need at the moment. So what's neat about it is that it's so small, and it also has, it's a ratchet. So you can hear it right now. ASMR time. So you can hear it has a little ratchet. It's very useful. It comes in handy. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and this could save you in a pinch. So recommend this. If you don't want to buy this, at least get this. Obviously having both is also useful, but yeah, this is pretty inexpensive at about 10 bucks. So these guys are awesome. So these are little Velcro ties. They come in at about $10 for 100. So they're stupid cheap. They're very useful because you can imagine they're little Velcro ties that you literally just peel off like an onion, and you snap it off. And then what you do is you can literally Velcro anything. So say for example, you have a little SD card on your Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K that you want to Velcro onto the cage because you don't have the little adapter. You can do that. This is actually great for cable management. I actually have it on my computer back there. So these come in very handy. They're very useful. You just kind of stick this in here like this, and then just Velcro it into place, and it's very secure. It's not gonna go anywhere. So very useful, like I said, for 10 bucks. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it, but just, these are awesome. They're great to have. They don't take up a lot of space. This is literally like about, I wanna say like 75 in here right now, but you just toss it in your bag. So this next one is from Think Tank. It's a little memory card holder. I shouldn't say little because it's actually pretty big. So you have, for example, I have CFast cards up above here. So I have 2 CFast cards, compact flash card. I have 2 SD cards. I mean, you can kind of mix and match however you want. They're all basically the same size. You can even fit, in most cases, depending on what it is, but you can actually fit it within a case. So this has a case within a case, so that way you can just kind of slip this in there, and this has a little micro SD card, and I can just put this in here. It does have a little zipper to keep everything nice and secured. And don't hold me to it, but I believe it's waterproof, I think. Not too sure, but again, don't hold me to it. It runs about 20 bucks, but I do like the fact that this is so small, portable. You can literally fit this in the back of your pocket. It also has this little transparent sleeve so that you can put whatever information you want. Maybe you can put, for example, you know, ACAM, or maybe you want to put like interior shots, whatever it is, or your business card. And it also has this little loop here that you can probably mount or put it on your belt if you want to carry it around. And it also has this. It actually does come with like a little carabiner. I just took it off because I never use it, but you can loop this around somewhere. But very handy. Again, you can just toss this in your bag and it works really well. So I know you've heard this before, gaffer tape. Get the colored version just because you can identify things. For example, I have like audio setups, light setups, tripods that I know that are color coded, and I know where things go here in the studio. Also, get these little small ones because you can literally throw them in the bag. They don't take up a lot of space. If you're filming a movie, if you're doing like a little short film, you can also use different colors to identify which talent stands where and stuff like that. So these are great. You've heard it before, but I wanted to kind of share some insight because I know a lot of people, last time I did an Instagram story, people didn't even know about this, so I figured I would let you guys know. But in any case, that was basically it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, I'll leave links to everything I talked about in the description down below. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you guys will catch me in the next one. Adios. There he goes. Bye-bye. Oh! How do people juggle, dude?